Not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
And he'll get about 3 here on 2nd down before he's out of bounds.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
From the gun, here's Stroud. This one broken up. It's incomplete. Good job separating the receiver from the ball, and it is 4th down. The Texans going to go ahead and use their first timeout here. So, on 4th down, on comes Tommy Townsend to punt for Houston. Back deep for KC, Xavier Worthy. This fielded inside the 35. And they'll finally put an end to this, but a great return to the other side of midfield. Now the first carry for the Rutgers Scarlet Knight, Isaiah Pacheco. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up 2nd down. They go play action with Mahomes. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a 3rd down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
And that is incomplete.
Little miscommunication there. Now brings up 3rd down. It just doesn't appear that the quarterback and the wide receiver were on the same page on that last pass.
On 4th down, Super Bowl champ Harrison Butker now for the Chiefs. Good snap. Good hold. Good kick. And the Chiefs are out to an early 3-0 lead.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
First carry for Joe Mixon. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll go play action with Stroud. And he's into a slide to avoid the contact. Does so successfully, and it's a 1st down.
And this is what you like to see if you're the head coach. Not only does your quarterback know exactly where that 1st down marker is, he's able to pick up the 1st down, but then get himself on the ground. He avoids the big hit and picks up the 1st down.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. They put Pickens in motion. And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. A gain there of 24 yards. It's good for a Texans 1st down.
Boy, they got the block to spring him, and it was a foot race. And when he gets in that foot race, Mike, he's normally good for this type of yardage before anyone's able to run him down.
In motion now, it's Collins. He's got it! And he's in! Tank Dell! Touchdown, Texans! And he continues to be a focal point of this offense. Now 10 touchdown catches for him on the year. And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it up. On the return, it's Williams. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. Here's Patrick. He'll throw it on first down. That's to Gray, open on the left side. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short game.
On second down, Mahomes. Now they'll set up the screen for Hunt. Finding space at the 40. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. A gain there of 21. First down, KC.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball, pick up the first down.
He'll push forward for about a yard. A'Shawn Robinson there on the play. From the 46, here's 2nd and 8. Throwing from the gun, here's Patrick. To the left side in the hands of Rice. And they'll take this down inside the 35. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Now the former rushing champ, it's Kareem Hunt. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. That's a gain of 11. And they'll move the chains with another first down.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate...
the blitz overwhelms the offensive line, and down he goes. So, we are through one here on Sunday Night Primetime. It's the Texans who have the early lead. We'll be back in Kansas City after this. Now the Chiefs going to call the first of their timeouts. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Here's a run with Hunt. He'll inch forward for maybe a yard. C.J. Gardner-Johnson from the back makes the play. 3rd and a long way to go. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. That's caught by Hunt. And they were hoping for a little more on that one. Brought down well short of the first It'll bring up 4th down. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Chiefs are back within 1. It's 7-6.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
Throwing from the pistol, Stroud. And he gets that one complete to Collins. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield. About 15 yards to kick off the drive. It's a 1st down. On the bootleg, it's Stroud. Now inside the 25. And he's out of bounds, but they are in the red zone, out inside the 20. Ball down to the 16-yard line, and it's 1st and 10. Moving to his left. He's going to keep it himself. And it's going to be 1st and goal coming up. Tackle made at the 5-yard line. To the left side, into the hands of Collins. And he'll take this one in. Nico Collins. Touchdown, Houston. That's the 5th touchdown for him on the year.
And what a fitting end to this drive, Mike. It only makes sense that he's the one that gets the ball in the end zone after making a handful of clutch plays prior to the touchdown. That was just a textbook example of one guy taking over the game.
And he'll be out of bounds on the return. And the drive will begin there. On 1st down, it's Mahomes. Rice open, he's got it. And he's out of bounds, up close to the 45-yard line. They'll gain 17 on that one. A very quick 1st down. Now Mahomes gives it to Pacheco. Not much there, maybe a yard. Second down and 8. Now Mahomes. That's caught. It's Xavier Worthy. And he'll get about 7. Still short of that 1st down. And they'll try to convert it on 3rd down.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
Trying to find any seam he can, but the push too strong in the middle. He didn't get there. It's 4th down. And the Chiefs will punt the ball away. They'll begin on the ground, and here's Mixon. He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Gonna lose a yard.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. Pressure certainly impacted the quarterback there. Couldn't get his arm all the way through, and it's going to bring up a third down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
He'll let one go deep for Kirk. And on third down, that ball incomplete. He was trying to get it to Christian Kirk. And it's going to lead to fourth down. Here's Tommy Townsend now, as he'll hit this from just outside of his own goal line. That's not going to work out as planned. This is going to be down on this side of midfield. First down throw, Mahomes. He's got his tight end. That's Travis Kelce.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of one.
These negative runs, they just make everything for the play caller that much more difficult, Mike. So they've got to find a way to be more efficient on these early downs, meaning first and second down, because if not, you find yourself the entire game in third and pass, and that's what every single defense in the league.
Oh, he tried to swing it outside, and it's intercepted. It's the linebacker, E.J. Speed.
So it's third down, and it just seems clear that he's just trying to do anything to keep the drive alive. But even though you're trying to keep the punt team off the field, you just can't be careless and reckless. And that's really what he ended up being, Mike. And defense takes advantage and takes it back to the house.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. And we will not have a run back here. It's a touchback, and we'll come out to the 20-yard line. The drive begins at the 20. Here's first and 10. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up second down. Here's Mahomes. He's going to let this one go for Worthy. And he's going to take this one all the way. 80 yards. Touchdown, Kansas City. A beautiful combination in the air there. The pass downfield and bringing it the rest of the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And it's really just a great route, Mike, and then a beautiful throw. The accuracy of the throw is what allowed the receiver not only to secure the catch, but then be able to turn it up and finish the play and find himself in the end zone.
They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. Stroud to throw here on first down. Open man, that's Collins. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. On 1st and 10, here's Stroud. Working free downfield, it's Kirk. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10. Texans going to use the last of their timeouts here, as that'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. They put Pickens in motion. To throw is Stroud. That's going to be intercepted in the end zone. Picked off by Brian Cook.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
Mahomes from out of the pistol. He'll throw. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. So we reached the intermission in what has been an entertaining one to this point. Back with the second half in just a moment. Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The drive begins with a run by Pacheco. It's a pickup of about 3 to the 28-yard line. Second and 7. Now, Mahomes. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. And he might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a third down. Throwing now, Mahomes. This one just too far for the receiver, out in front of him. That one falls incomplete.
Bit of a letdown there. I mean, after that incompletion now, Mike, they find themselves giving the ball back. They're only down 8, so every single time they possess the ball, it's an opportunity to maybe get this thing back to all tied up. But every time they don't take advantage of a possession, it's another opportunity lost. And they've got to find a way. When they get the ball back, they've got to go chase some points.
Stroud to throw here on 1st and 10. To the sideline, and what a catch, and what a great job to keep the feet alive. Inbounds as good as you can do it. It's a gain there of 26 yards.
The defender has to do a better job here, Mike, of getting depth. He wants to elevate that ball to give his secondary defender a chance to make a play. He gets too much width, not enough depth, and a quarterback like this is going to take advantage.
On 1st down, it's Stroud. And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain.
To play corner in this league, Mike, you have to have great reactions and instincts. In this case, he trusts those instincts from the jump, and he's able to send the offense going backwards as a result.
A throw left side finds Dell. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. That's in the end zone and intercepted. Picked off by Jamari Connor. And the Chiefs are going to get the football here as it'll come out to the 20.
All right, Mike, file this play away. If they're able to hold on and pull this game out, we're going to look back on this as the pivotal moment of this game. Oftentimes, it takes that one big moment to sway the outcome of the game, and no bigger play than a pick deep inside your own red zone.
He'll gain 3 out of this, up to the 23.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
Mahomes now on second down. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force third down.
Sometimes it's those footsteps. I don't care how long you've been playing or at what level you've been playing at. And that defender's bearing down. You really get a good idea of what guys are willing to go through contact to secure a catch, and in this case, what guys are unwilling.
On third down, Mahomes. That one too far out in front. It is incomplete. Travis Kelce, the intended target. And it's going to be fourth down. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. They put Pickens in motion. From the gun, here's Stroud. On the quick slant, they find Dell. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
Really nice timing on that slant route. You can tell the quarterback and the wide receiver are completely on the same page, and when executed at that level, it's virtually impossible to stop.
And he'll manage to bring this down to about the 37. Drew Tranquil up to make the tackle.
And with that run, Mike, even though it brings up third down, it still keeps this offense in what they call a 50-50 downs. It means with the down and distance provided, you can call a run or a pass, and both are equal threats. And that's what makes it so hard for these defenses to defend those situations.
But he goes nowhere. Call doesn't pan out. It's going to bring up fourth down.
And what a play by the interior of this defensive line. There was nowhere to run. He's able to get in the backfield for a big stop, and it sets up fourth down.
On fourth down, Stroud. He's got his man, complete to Dell. And they're going to be set up now as he's brought down at the 5-yard line. Oh, a big play on 4th and 2. 31 yards.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone. And this is where you have to finish drives.
And he'll plunge forward to the 2, setting up 2nd and goal. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. From the 2 now, Here's 2nd and goal. Mixon will take this one in for a Texans touchdown.
Make no mistake about it, he may get the glory, but that does not happen without unbelievable blocking up front. So let's give the big guys all the...
And trouble on this extra point. It is blocked. And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it up. Williams now to return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Here's Patrick. He'll throw it on 1st down. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line. The veteran, Danico Autry. He's in for the sack. It's going to be a loss of 8 to begin the drive. So, 3 quarters have come and gone. And Sunday Night Primetime continues after this. On 2nd down, Mahomes. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a 3rd down.
For whatever reason, when the ball was in the air, Mike, it seemed to me like he was almost having a little trouble tracking it. I'm not sure if that's what allowed the defender to catch back up, but ultimately it was the contact at the catch point that causes the incomplete, and now it's going to bring up 3rd and real long.
And long for Mahomes. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. They had the perfect play call there. They needed 18, and they got 18. 1st down. Line of scrimmage is the 37-yard line for 1st and 10. To throw is Mahomes. Right back to Kelce again. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line. 15 more on that connection. They're making it look easy. That's another 1st down. Throwing again, it's Mahomes. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Right back to the air for Mahomes. Short pass taken in by Kelce. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short. They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. They'll try and run it here with Pacheco. He will not be able to get to the edge. They shut him down. Taken down behind the line. And it's 4th down.
A little surprising to see them keep the ball on the ground, especially given the situation, Mike. I mean, you're trailing. You haven't had a lot of success running the ball up until this point. They need chunk plays. They need to score, and they need to score fast.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. He's got his man. He finds Worthy. And he's going to have the Chiefs' 1st down. They'll get the conversion. It's a gain of 14. Patrick to throw. They'll set up the screen to Pacheco. He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line. They get 14 out of the screen, and it's a first down. Throwing from the gun, here's Patrick. On the move left. He'll tuck it and take off. And he's going to be very close to the first down marker. Out of bounds after a gain of 9.
He tried to buy all the time he could, but when he saw that space, he quickly turned from thrower to runner, and he's able to pick up a nice gain on first down.
They'll try to run this one in. And he will score! Game on! Isaiah Pacheco. Touchdown, Chiefs. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting? Mike, I think all of us can remember exactly where we were during a certain Super Bowl where throwing the ball this close to the goal line ended up being a disaster. But unlike that time, they ran this pass play to perfection, and the result, 2 points.
So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a one-score game as they kick it away. This one taken at the 7. Whoa! He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. They put Pickens in motion. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line. That's the way to get started. A pickup of 17 and a very quick first down.
I like the change of pace. The idea that you want to keep the ball on the ground, but you don't want to do it in the traditional sense of just turning around and handing it off to your running back. So this time, they give it to the wide receiver. They get him in space, get the ball in his hands, and he turns it into a solid game.
They'll run with Mixon. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. That is a worrisome development here late in the game. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. They put Pickens in motion. They'll drop to throw. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. That pass play good for 22. First down for Houston.
And that first down should all but do it, Mike. With only one remaining timeout, the defense just can't stop the clock enough. How to imagine it's victory formation, and we're a couple kneels away from this game being over.
And they will take him down at the 20-yard line. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. That is a worrisome development here late in the game. Set to go now on 1st and 10. They put Pickens in motion. On the carry, this is Nick Chubb. And that'll be a pickup of 3. Now KC going to use the second of their timeouts to stop it here with 1:07 on the clock. 2nd down, they need 7. Once again, it's Chubb. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
And after that negative run, I think this changes the play call now on 3rd down. So this offensive line has to be a lot better on 1st and 2nd down to gain positive yards. Stay on track, because you don't want to be in 3rd and pass too often in today's NFL.
This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. That's complete left side to Pickens. And he's close to the goal line. Won't have the touchdown, but he does pick it up on third down.
And this is what can happen when you're so worried about protecting the sticks, Mike. You force them to throw the ball underneath, but then you've got to be able to rally the ball and tackle. But they weren't able to do it before he gets to the line to gain, and he ends up picking up the first down anyway.
From the 1-yard line, first down and goal. Stroud down to a knee. And that should put the finishing touches on this one. From a little further back, here's second and goal. So it's a win for the visiting Texans. They're able to erase the memories from a week ago. Game they really did struggle in. Look like a different group here as they respond with a solid victory.